Hey, how's it going? I just want to start off this video by doing this to my brows. As this girl I know, whenever she starts off her videos, it never fails. She just does this to her brows. I think it's some type of symbol, maybe some type of baseball sign. But there was this girl at VIP. She was doing this. I don't know, maybe she was trying to get the girl on stage's attention, or she was just nervous. No one really knows. I just want to start off by saying that I send my prayers and condolences to Louisiana and to you guys. I know you guys just got hit hard with the hurricane at the beginning of last week, and then the hurricane at the end of the week, Hurricane Laura, which hit Lake Charles, the Lake Charles area very hard. So, but I know you guys are a strong group of people. You're very resilient, even from when Hurricane Katrina hit 15 years ago. So I know you guys will get through this too. I've never been down there, but I know you guys are a nice group of people. However, there's this girl, Lauren Daigle, and she says apparently that you guys have the best food down in Louisiana. I don't believe that, not even a tad bit, because New York, come on. I'm from New York. New York has the best food. I'm not being biased, but come on, we have the best bagels. Can't deny that. The best pizza, no denying that. And even the best tap water, who knew that, you know? No, but I'll go down there and I'll be the judge, and we'll see what I think. No, but you're definitely nicer than, you guys seem like you're nicer than people in New York, you know. We have a reputation of being very rude, you know, tough, kind of mean people. You know, I'm not talking about the hipsters in Brooklyn, I'm talking about, you know, the hard working class. But we are real. We're a real group of people. Oh, and you know what? Let me introduce myself. I never got to introduce myself on June 20th, 2019. My name is Megan Colleen Fennedy. I lived in Whitestone, New York my whole life, in Queens, you know, the best borough in New York. I'm a New Yorker through and through. I want to jump right into the juicy stuff. Let's start off by asking a question to Lauren Daigle. It shouldn't be too hard. I've asked it a bunch of times, so it shouldn't be foreign to you. I want to ask, when is this date going to happen between a guy named Brian Fennedy, I might know him, I might be related to him, and a girl named Lauren Daigle? I mean, it's been 2 years now. You're killing me over here. 2 years. Who knew? Who knew? No, but what I want to know is how a girl from Louisiana just happens to find me. I mean, I don't even know a soul down there, and this girl just happens to stumble upon New Yorker Megan, like out of the blue. And then what? How'd you find Brian? Would you just look at me and then you found Brian? I mean, that's what I want to know. No, you were probably like to your friends, girls, we got a mission. Put on your FBI hats. We found a boy for me. He's very hot looking. No, but oh, I got a couple of nicknames for my future sister-in-laws already. I mean, we're already getting ahead of the game here. I mean, I got Maddie Baby, I got Isla, I don't even know if that's how you pronounce that name. I got Swamp Girl, that's the OG, that's my original nickname for you. I got a new one, Gypsy Queen, I'm loving that. LD's original, you know? No, but let me roll back to how it all started. So at the end of September of 2018 was when I first stumbled upon you. Well, actually, I first saw an article, and it said how a Christian artist beat Ariana Grande and Drake in the charts for the week ending in September of 2018. So I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. That's amazing. So I listened to your whole album, and then throughout October, the whole month of October, I was just listening to it nonstop in the gym, everywhere. And then in November 7th, which that date, that's just crazy in itself, November 7th, I found out that you were going to be on Jimmy Fallon. So that night, turn on the TV, as I say. Saw this beautiful gypsy come on to the screen. She's singing "Look Up, Child," which the beat, I love it. You know, "Look up, child," whoop whoop. You know, I love the little whoop whoop. And then so then so then I was like, in the end of when you were performing, you were just like, this is when I knew, because you just had your arms out. You're like, hey, to my man Jimmy. You were just like all excited. You're like, hey. I was like, oh, like, look at this girl. But you know, all personality and stuff. And Jimmy was feeling it too. He was like, he got the vibes from you. No, but so then the next day I showed my mom the video recap from the night before of the Jimmy Fallon show, and we were just like, we both decided we got to get tickets. She couldn't believe. She's like, wow, she's unbelievable voice. So we wound up getting tickets a couple days later, and then December hit, and December was when I realized that we were kind of starting to indirectly communicate with one another, if you could call it that. I don't even know what you call this, as I mentioned. So then I realized that you were also interested in Brian, because, you know, Brian's name started popping up. And then, like, I started to do this Hallmark Bethany Joy Lens thing, this little thing where I was like, you know what, let me at Lauren and let me see if this is really true that she's interested in my brother. So then I was like, wow, okay. So then I saw you at the end of December on Good Morning America. You sang You Say, that was really good. And then January comes, I saw you at Carnegie Hall. That show was amazing, beautiful show. I never had been to Carnegie Hall, and it was also a very important time because in January of that year of 2019, they had just passed the law for unborn children, a very, very brutal law that would hurt unborn children in New York City. So I think it was important that you were there, and that, you know, your voice was present, and your prayers were definitely helping New York City out at the time. I could feel it just through you singing. And then when you came out in the red and white, that was beautiful. You know, the red long flowing, and then the white, it was just beautiful. So then then we fast forward to the day of all days, June 20th, 2019. So me and my mom had gotten there early. You know, we went to an Irish restaurant beforehand. So we're going to the VIP and to line up, and it just starts pouring, like torrential downpour out of nowhere. I was like, holy moly, like, what is this? So you know, my mom knew she had to leave. You know, I only had the one VIP ticket, so I enter. I go down the aisle, and I'm like, oh my gosh, after all these months, there she is. I'm like putting up my arms. I'm like, there she is. So then I pick out the best seat, you know what I'm talking about? Like, I had the best seat because this guy in front of me, he's just all over the place. He's waving his arms. He's like, Lauren. He's raising his hands. He has a gift in one hand. He has his hands up. He's just all over the place. He was like Chris Farley. I felt like I had Chris Farley in front of me. So then the questionnaire starts, you know. Great question here. So I hadn't known that, I must have not had heard that you had to raise your hand to answer a question, because everyone that had asked a question had asked one behind me. I hadn't turned around the whole show. I had not turned around once behind me. So that whole time I was just sitting there, and I hadn't realized that you had to ask a question by raising your hand until the kid next to me from the Bronx raises his hand. I thought every single one of us was gonna be able to ask a question. So I was like, you know what? I'll let a couple people ask a question. No big deal. Like I said, no, I didn't see anyone behind me raise their hand, so I didn't know that she would come over to you with the mic until I saw what she did with the kid from the Bronx next to me. So I was like, you know what? I'll let it play. I'll let it play itself out, and then I'll raise my hand finally. Then what do you know? There's practically 2 minutes left. He answers his question, and boom, just like that, the whole VIP is over. If I'm like, that was quick. So then I'm like, you know what? I didn't get to ask a question, no biggie. There's gonna be a photo op, or there's gonna be some type of little meet and greet. There's not too many people here. Maybe there'll be a little meet and greet. So then I see Swamp Girl walking off the stage. I'm like, no way. So I'm like, oh my gosh, what just happened? This thing just ended with what felt like 5 minutes. So then I'm just sitting there, I'm feeling really awkward. I'm like, you know what? I didn't get to ask a question. You know, I was thinking, I had a little bit of a backup plan in my head, because this girl's like, you can't ask personal questions. I mean, come on, people these days are asking other people about their bowel movements, and I can't ask a personal question? Come on, Lauren's my future sister-in-law. So then, so I was like, I did have a backup plan in my head. I was like, maybe I'll ask her a question about like clothing, or like, you know, how she styles herself, you know, my little gypsy queen. So, so then I'm awkwardly sitting there like, wow, I never even got to ask the question. So I get up, I'm walking up the aisle, and I see I think it was Lauren's dad. I was looking at him, he was looking at me. So before I leave, I'm like, should I go up to him or should I not? You know, because this is gonna be really creepy, you know, me saying, yeah, I've been in your daughter's DMs for the last couple of months now, and I'm trying to set her up with my brother. You know, that kind of is a little, just a tad creepy. So I just wound up leaving. The show was amazing though. I loved it. We both loved it. Absolutely amazing. And there was no problems at all. It was just, you know, now here we are a year later, and you know, we got the pandemic, and now it's like, you know, that questionnaire, who would have thought? No, but it was a good time. I'm looking forward to March 19th though. I'm getting ready. I hope you guys are too. You know, Maddie, you have some competition that week because it's Freddie's birthday. It's gonna be a big birthday for him. It's his 11th birthday. So we got Freddie's birthday, we got Maddie's birthday, we have St. Patrick's Day. I mean, the city during St. Patrick's Day is unbelievable. And then we got the Lauren Daigle World Tour concert. So I'm looking forward to it. I hope you've been practicing your moves, you know, your step dancing too, Lauren. Hopefully they'll have, not probably a cure yet, but hopefully they'll have some type of vaccine by the fall time. I mean, the fall time's too early. Probably by like the holidays, that would be great. Or at least have it under control. Like I know here we're in like the 1% threshold, which is pretty good. So hopefully that'll stay like that, and there won't be a second wave in the fall time. So that by springtime, everything hopefully will start getting back to normal, and we'll be able to see each other finally. So now I want to hop into the main reason I sent this video. So I want to talk to my girl Madison. Madison, I hope you're hanging in there. I hope you're doing all right. I know you just started off the fall semester at college. I know you mainly have probably remote classes, but hopefully the professors are not too harsh, you know. Yeah, hopefully they understand that everyone has their own issues and problems they're going through with this pandemic, and normally online classes aren't as bad as in-person classes. They tend to be a little bit easier, so hopefully that'll be how it is for you this semester. I think you're either a junior in college or a senior in college, or you're at the end of sophomore year of college. I'm not too sure. I'm just making a guess. I do know you're an education major, obviously, and you want to teach children, which is perfect for you, like I've said in the past. I do know everything that has happened to you, for the most part, from what Lauren communicated with me through Twitter. I know that you were sexually assaulted January 7th, 2017. I want to say that I'm truly sorry for what had happened to you. I know that you were in a supermarket and you left the supermarket. You were abducted. You were held by either gunpoint or by another possession of a weapon. The assailant had a mask on. He took you into his car. He took you to a remote area. You were physically and sexually assaulted, and in result, you became pregnant. First off, I want to say that I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that this bag of crap is caught. I'm going to be committed to this case, and I'm going to put all my power into making sure that he won't be on the streets much longer. I just wanted you to know that I should be going to law enforcement soon. Obviously, everything got delayed with the pandemic, all testing locations, everything, all other opportunities, just like how everyone else got hit hard by the pandemic. I want you to know I have brothers in law enforcement. I have other people I know. I have people I know in higher positions that I know very well. NYPD is known as one of the best police forces. Well, not right now with politicians poisoning it and everything that's going on right now, but we are known notoriously as being one of the best police forces in America. I want to commit and pledge that this 4th year coming up is this monster's last year on the streets. I don't know if he's in America. I don't know if he's in Louisiana. I don't know if he's outside the country. I don't know if he's in that state right now. But let me tell you something. I want to make a pledge that this 4th year, 4 years now, that's his last year on the streets. I found out what had happened to you this past December 2019, at the end of the month, right after Christmas. When I found out, I went nuts. I was absolutely furious. And you know what? This piece of crap, he won't ever be able to hurt you again. Trust me, he won't ever be able to touch you again. I want you to be scared. You know, I don't want it to be that he winds up hurting someone else before we capture him. I hope we can capture him before he gets to someone else, before he hurts someone else like he hurt you. If that's the way that we find him, unfortunately that's the way it's going to be, that he'll prey on someone else. But hopefully when we get together, we'll be more powerful than ever. We'll use all possible evidence. We'll use all of our resources here in New York. We'll use all evidence that you guys have. We'll collaborate, and we'll take any lead, small or big, will help us, and we'll eventually get this piece of shit in custody. Now I know you're not totally free right now because he's free and he's out there right now, and you know, I know you're not totally free, but I'm gonna get you justice. I promise you that, and I'm gonna be here for you until that very last day, the night before I finally see you at MSG. I promise you that. I'm gonna keep doing what I do on Twitter. I want you to continue to stay strong. I do know that we have surveillance video of you in the store before you were abducted. That's good evidence in itself right there. I know we don't have a sketch of the perp because he had a mask on, because he's a coward. I'm really hoping that possibly we could even use familiar DNA. I know that it's not in Louisiana. It's only in a couple of states, one of them being New York State. But it helped find the Golden State killer. He was a rapist. He raped many girls, and he just got sentenced to life in prison without parole. And they were able to find him by using familial DNA. I think it could be very helpful in a case like yours. As I mentioned, though, people find it to be intrusive to people's civil rights or their rights in general. They think it invades their their personal rights. But I think in a case like this, where well, I don't know if all possible methods and resources have been exhausted, but it could be very useful, especially if there is minimal DNA in your case, which I'm not sure of. I just have a couple of notes here, so let me just get out my notes. Let me just see something. So, 1 second. But I just want you to know that he's never going to be able to hurt you again as long as I'm here. Trust me. When we do get him, which we will, I'm gonna make sure you get justice. But when we do get him, I can't wait. I just want 5 minutes in the room with him. I know how you guys probably feel, your whole family, but I can't wait. I just want 5 minutes in the room with him. Piece of filth. Absolute piece of filth to just prey on a girl. Girl can't even go to a supermarket. She gets preyed on and taken advantage of for just going to a store. So I just want you to know that you can always reach out to me. You can trust me. I know there is shame that is associated with being sexually assaulted, but you shouldn't be ashamed of anything. You can trust me 100%. I know right now you're probably vulnerable, you know, you can't really trust a lot of people, but you can trust me, and you shouldn't have any shame, because nothing that happened to you is your fault, or you're not responsible for at all either. I don't want you to blame yourself.